This is another reading of Lord Maher, page 3435. Chapter title is called Mass Darshans in Hamirpur and Andhra. The year is 1954. Meanwhile, Gaya Prasad Kare and his son Adarsh were to arrive in Ichwara with a car and truck, but failed to show up at the appointed time. So Baba left with the group for Bukhar, 5 miles away, in a bullock cart. The villagers had carved out a rough dirt road, but it was still a jolting ride. Baba and the Mandali were rocked and swayed back and forth in the bullock carts. Baba and the Mandali were rocked and swayed back and forth in the bullock carts, bumping up and down when any of the all too frequent pits in the road were struck by one of the wheels. Practically all the road repairs had been washed away by the rains, and Baba was quite rattled by the time they reached Bukhar at 2:30 p.m. He gave this message to the villagers there: I am very happy to be among you. Consider me as one of you and try to love me, but do it honestly, because God always wants honesty. So if you will love me, you will find me in your hearts and homes. I give you my blessings. Continuing the uncomfortable journey in the bullock carts for some distance, at 3:30, Baba had the procession stopped about 18 miles from Jarakar. Gathering the Mandali and Hamirpur workers around him, he complained, From the beginning, I had cautioned you that I was to be treated as a tender flower. Have you done that? Have you any thought, any care for me? This journey is unbearable. Will the bus and car come or not? I will not visit other places now and will go back from here. As Baba was reprimanding the group, Gaya Prasad and Adarsh drove up from the opposite direction in a car and bus. Baba lambasted them. Adarsh burst out weeping, explaining that they had left early in the morning, but because part of the road was flooded, they were delayed. Baba embraced him, and all piled into the vehicles. They arrived in Jarakar, where a crowd had gathered under a large canopy and had been awaiting Baba's arrival for hours. Ray Saheb and Ray Saheb Ramashankar had arranged everything, and echoes of Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai filled the air as usual. 2 years before, the hearts of the people in Jarakar had been ignited during Baba's fiery free life. And on this second occasion, they burned brighter than ever with celebration. Upon Baba's arrival, darshan started, and Baba distributed prasad to person after person, numbering in the thousands. The whole district, it seemed, had become mad in his love. Songs in his praise were sung continuously from the dais. It was quite a sight. Drunkards were drinking their fill and slaking their thirst with cup after cup of wine. Their intoxication increased when this message was read out, titled Divine Love. My message always has been and always will be love divine. When one wholeheartedly loves God, one eventually loses oneself in the beloved and enters the eternal life of God. Like a tree, this love has branches, branches of wholehearted devotion, perfect nonviolence, perfect selfless service, self-denial, self-sacrifice, self-renunciation, truth, and self-annihilation. In this love are embodied all the yogas known to saints and seekers. The highest aspect of this love, which surpasses that of love itself, is the aspect of complete surrenderance to the will of the beloved. That is absolute obedience to his wishes, whatever the cost. At 5:30 p.m., Baba visited the junior high school boarding house in Jarakhar, which was named after him. When he had come before in 1952, he had touched a brick upon which the students and teachers had constructed this hostel. Baba performed its opening ceremony by cutting a string of flowers tied across the door. He entered the room and sat down while the Mandali were served tea and refreshments. Baba told the students, I feel happy today because of what my dear Sripat Sahai said about the boys' school and hostel. And I wish that along with ordinary education, students here should also learn to love God, who is the only reality. I give my blessings to them for this. Also, my love and blessings to you all. Baba left Jarakhar and reached Dagwan that night, 4 February 1954. The rough country track snaked through fields and was meant only for bullock carts. It was full of twists and turns, and so, to ensure that Baba and his men would not lose their way, the quote-unquote inebriated villagers led them there, holding lanterns to light the way. As soon as Baba reached Dagwan, he was received with deafening cheers. Vishnu Sharma and the other villagers of Dagwan lavished upon Baba a splendid reception. The play between the Saki and those intoxicated is wonderful and unimaginable. Age noted, it can only be experienced. The language of wine is like none other. It is the language without words, and whatever is spoken turns into fire. From the tavern, the beloved distributed cupfuls of wine in the form of prasad. He was not handing out bananas, fruits, and sweets. It was wine capable of transforming life into existence. Baba urged the villagers, take the prasad with love, eat it with love, and while eating it, remember me. In that way, the seed of love will be sown in your hearts. Baba completed the darshan program in 2 hours, giving his touch to thousands. He then proceeded to Nauranga. At each stop, the women of the place would perform Baba's arti, but Baba had been so busy in Dagwan, they only had a chance to worship him when he was seated in the car, talking with several of the local workers. Nauranga was the place where those opposed to Baba had breached the canal to prevent Baba's entry into the village in 1952. And Baba was forced to give darshan in Babu Ram Prasad's field, seated under a tree. This time, the whole village turned out, gathering a quarter of a mile ahead to receive him. Bands were playing and trumpets blared. Wine had sealed the lips of Babu Ram Prasad, who was happily standing by, watching the wondrous scene. The entire crowd was shouting Baba's Jai, and he was escorted into Nauranga at the head of a long procession. The previous opposition had been transformed and awakened, Age observed. Wine now flowed through every lane, and the entire populace was singing the song. The bright rays of Meher Baba's love enveloped the people, and their lives were at his feet forever. In the Avatar's divine game, criticism, skepticism, and outright antagonism had evolved into sweet praise. Ignorance and darkness had at first engulfed this area and hidden his light, but the light burst forth, making Nauranga shine. Baba Ram Prasad had a brother named Narsingh Das, who had profound love for Baba. Narsingh Das had renounced life and was leading the life of a hermit. For 9 months he had worked, digging an underground room near a well, and had built a window in the wall of the well. The steps leading down to the room were shrouded in darkness, and in this underground chamber, Narsingh Das would meditate on Meher Baba's divinity. On the 5th, Baba descended into the small room where Gadekar performed his arti. Now done. Go ahead, Meher Kiran.
While coming up, Vishnu Sharma fell and badly hurt his leg. Pendu attended him, and after applying some medicine to the leg, bandaged it. A large-scale darshan took place in Nauranga that day. The whole village came to the wine shop, to quaff their share, as did villagers from surrounding areas. Whenever darshan took place in Hamirpur, thousands upon thousands would assemble, and it seemed as if a sea of humanity stretching from miles in all directions had congregated. This was no mere prasad distribution of fruit and sweets. These occasions awakened people to the Divine Master, who absorbed their dirt in his infinite ocean of mercy. Such darshan programs always make the avatar or perfect master take upon himself the sanskaras of one and all. By giving his darshan to the masses, Meher Baba was taking on their burden of lifetimes of suffering. Who can grasp the significance or compassion of it? Pseudo saints and yogis also give darshans to the public. They too distribute prasad, give their blessings, and act outwardly like a God realized master. But they cannot pour wine. They cannot transfer upon themselves the burden of others' samskaras. Nor can they ever make anyone merge into the ocean. For Meher Baba, darshan signified the excruciating work of taking upon himself the load of good and bad impressions of each and every one who approached him. People became overjoyed at those times, and Baba shared in their joy by his gift of taking their burden upon himself, though it made him suffer infinitely. The avatar always bears the universal burden, which is his alone, his special responsibility. For this reason, those who surrendered to the avatar with their heads always bowed at his feet are truly blessed. Thousands had Baba's darshan that day, and for the first time, it was the men instead of the women who performed Baba's Aarti in chorus at 2:40 p.m. Baba spontaneously dictated the message on his alphabet board, which Eruch read out to the crowd. Although I appear to be silent, I speak through you all. I am ever silent and everlastingly speaking, but the time has arrived when soon I will break this apparent silence, and then those who love me will see my real self. So, the prasad of love that I will give, take it with love, eat it with love, and the seed of love will then be in it. Afterwards, Baba visited several homes. My footnote there.
Do you see it or do I
I
need
cannot
to?
see you. Can you read it?
Yeah. Homes visited in Nauranga included those of Babu Ram Prasad, Hiralal, Janak Singh, Bungalal, Dilipati Sunar, Lal Divan, Badri Prasad, and Sid Gopal Lodhi. End of note.
In each house, according to the custom of the area, seven women balancing on their heads pitchers of water with a burning light placed on top received Baba. At Hiralal's home, a khawal named Amardan sang. The atmosphere was so surcharged with love that many of those gathered wept as never before in their lives. After visiting homes, Baba rode in the car to the village. A few women were waiting with aarti trays in their hands, and Baba had the car stopped so as not to disappoint them. Thereafter, he walked through the village and gave a number of other women the chance to perform his aarti. The sky seemed to rock with the villagers' simple, loving refrain. आइए अवतार मेहर बाबा प्रभु आइए in brackets come avatar meher baba prabhu. That same day, 5th February 1954, Baba left Nauranga at 5 p.m. for the village of Rad, and the Nauranga villagers burst into tears at his departure. How glorious is the wine and how precious Even after austerities and penances of births and births, only a drop of it can be had, but within each drop is hidden the ocean. While traveling from village to village, the workers and organizers of the tour would accompany the mandali, and hence in Hamirpur, Keshav, Pukar, and others were continuously with Baba. The group arrived in Radh in the evening, and Baba was lovingly received by Gaya Prasad Khare, Gauri Shankar Vaidya, and others. Khare was arranged. Khare had arranged for Baba and the group to stay in a dharmashala together, about which Baba was not pleased. He had indicated earlier that he wished to spend the nights quietly secluded in an enclosed place. There was confusion the whole night about what to do to meet Baba's preference. Bhav's nephew Virendra Singh had joined the group and had a terrible stomachache. Throughout the night, he was moaning and groaning, which further disturbed Baba. Baba called the mandli and severely rebuked them. This is the way you attend to me like a flower. I had cautioned you often, but you ignore what I say and are unmindful. He continued, I am going to make one thing clear to you today. Everyone has been given a duty, and Pindu is the controller. So you must all give him your fullest cooperation. Here it is all right, but if the same thing happens in Andhra, it will be a huge mess. 40 people will be with me, and with my independent nature, give independent orders. And if you all don't do what I order and simultaneously don't cooperate with Pendu, he will be helpless in managing matters. The next day, Baba scolded Gaya Prasad for his mistakes, but forgiving him, stated, considering the service you rendered to me during the new life, I forgive you. Otherwise, I would never have forgiven you. Baba then ordered Kumar to make the Mandali and Hamirpur workers stand in a row outside in an open space. Baba came out of the Dharmashala and instructed those standing in line to count off as follows. I am fool number one, I am fool number two, I am fool number three, and so on until fool number 80. And then Baba joked, last night I had to sleep with 80 fools. So you can imagine my condition. It can't be anything but bad. But amidst his scolding, there was love and good humor because as the years unfolded, in future correspondence with him, those who had stood in line that day would sign their letters to number 5 or whatever the number had been. Harjivan Lal arrived in Rath on the 6th and joined the group at 1:35 that afternoon. Baba gave darshan to a group of college students at the Brahmanand Inter College. He stated, I feel very happy to be among you all and especially to meet Swami Ji, in brackets Swami Brahmanand, the founder of the college. Swami Ji has done so much and is doing so much for you because even this is an aspect of divine love. I give you all my love and blessings. Swami Brahmanand was asked by Baba to join him on the dais, but he preferred to sit on the ground. Shortly afterwards, Baba too left the dais and sat on the steps of the veranda. Brahmanand requested that Baba have tea, but Baba stated, seeing you all here, my heart has become full. And when the heart is full, what is the need for tea? However, later, at the repeated request of the principal, Baba and the Mandli had tea and refreshments. The principal introduced one of the college masters to Baba, who punned, I too am connected with masters as I myself am one. Public darshan was held in Radh. Later that afternoon, the message was dictated by Baba at 3:05 p.m. I have come down from the highest to your level. So take me to be yours, and naturally, automatically, you become mine. If you are poor, take me to be poor. If you are rich, take me to be rich. If you are illiterate, take me to be illiterate. If you are literate, take me to be literate. I have come down to your level, and if On that level, you love me with all your heart. You will come to my real level of the highest because I am in you all. The prasad that I will now give you, remember me with love and eat it with love. Then the seed of love will be sown in you. Before leaving Rath on Sunday, 7th February 1954, Baba met the families of Khare and Gauri Shankar. While journeying throughout Hamirpur for a number of months prior to Baba's arrival, Keshav Nigam had drawn up two lists of devotees. One list consisted of those who did work in Meher Baba's name with a sense of renunciation, and the other of those ready to go anywhere for Baba's work according to his behest. Baba was to meet with both groups of volunteers and had previously given instructions that some secluded place be selected for the meeting to avoid interruptions and interference. Baba arrived in Dhanauri, where a special meeting of those workers was to be convened. Keshav called his congregation Darbar e Khas, the court of the selected ones. Bao, meanwhile, was nervous about what was to transpire. Since Baba had stated in Mahabaleshwar he would appoint him the leader of a spiritual suicide squad. He thought it was this group. When Baba reached Tanhauri, he saw that the meeting place had been arranged just by the side of the tent where darshan was to be held. It was open on all sides, whereas Baba wanted a closed room. For this important work, I wanted a place where even a sparrow could not hear us. He fumed. This place is totally unsuitable. Therefore, Baba and the Mandli were taken to the village school, but the building was too small to accommodate Baba, the Mandli, and the workers. There, Baba asked Keshav, are all those who have volunteered to place their lives at my disposal for my divine work present? Baba, all but two have come, Keshav replied. Baba was not pleased by his answer and declared, if the very beginning is based on such frivolities, the whole structure collapses.
But wait a minute, now where?
Right at the top, he canceled the meeting.
Oh my, he canceled the meeting. Okay, now he canceled the meeting, stating, when people do not follow the chief worker's instructions, how could they be expected to follow my orders? When they do not obey such simple things, how can they be expected to sacrifice their lives for me? In their enthusiasm, they had their names placed on the list, but mere enthusiasm is not required. It has no strength. Baba canceled the lists and stated all those concerned should go on increasing their love for me, simultaneously carrying out their everyday duties. Another meeting of this nature will be held after 700 years when I come again. He added, Baba is real, so if you have faith in me, believe my words when I say that I am the reality. I have canceled the lists because this is not the way to give your life for my cause. People give their life for their families, their friends, for their country and nation, but to give it for my cause is an absolutely different matter. I will do it, my work, personally with my mandali. The time is getting near because the period that will cover my speaking, my humiliation, my glory will be very short. Concluding, Baba warned, seriously, I have come down and taken this body, not for darshan programs, arti and puja. That the angels have been doing to me. These things do not interest me, but the purpose for which I have come, in quotes, taken this body, unquote, is coming near, or parentheses, I guess, taken this body. The time is coming near. Who from among the mandali sticks to me will be seen. The atmosphere had become serious, and the workers had the chance of observing Baba in a mood of displeasure. It was important that the workers in his cause experienced all sides of the Avatar's temperament, since they were to speak openly and honestly about him to others. In the end, Baba emphasized to the volunteers, as I explained, the first thing you must do is love me. This love should drive you mad, but it should not have any element of show in it. If that is not possible, then you should continue doing your worldly duties, but with the understanding that you are doing it all for Baba. If this is also not possible, the third alternative is service to humanity without any desire for reward or leadership positions. Explaining what he meant by service to humanity, Baba said, the essence of service to mankind is to give happiness to others at the cost of your own happiness. The best service is that which makes people start loving me, because in loving me, freedom comes, everlasting freedom. Service to humanity is an important instrument with which my love can be vastly spread.
Excuse me, wait, oh, it's 1954. Thank you.
Baba embraced each worker individually. Practically all wept at Baba's disappointment with them. Baba reiterated what he had stated, advising Adarsh Kare, do your work with the feeling that you are doing it for me. You, your wife, your children, all belong to Baba. You should have such a feeling because I know how much you love me and I also love you. So there's a footnote. Do you read that, Eugene?
Baba named Adarsh Kare's baby daughter Mira during this visit. End of note.
The meeting had a profound effect on those workers who gradually turned into pillars for Baba and his cause in Uttar Pradesh. In this manner, the spiritual suicide squad commenced. Their egos were being slaughtered. After the meeting, Baba visited a few of their homes. Footnote.
Households visited in Dhanauri included those of Bhagwan Din, Pratap Singh, Shambhu Dayal Nigam, and Raghunath Prasad Nigam. End of note.
Soon after, public darshan began. Bhagwan Din, Keshav's maternal uncle, had made excellent arrangements for it, and in all the Dhanauri had a dip in the holy, and all in the Dhanauri had a dip in the holy ocean of Baba's love. At 12:40 p.m., Baba gave this message to the gathering. I am now one of you. I am on your level. In whatever capacity and under whatever circumstances you are, I am in that too. I am small, big, poor, rich, literate, illiterate, but only those can know me in my real state who love me from whatever level they be on. So try to love me and make me yours, because already, automatically, you are mine. I have to go now because people are said to be waiting for me at a number of places. I would otherwise have stayed longer and distributed the prasad personally. So take instead the prasad of my blessings for you all here. At the end of the function, Baba left for the village of Chani. On the way, he often had to stop because at some places people lined the road, waiting for a glimpse of him. Baba stopped at a junior high school in the village of Muskara at 1:50 p.m. to give darshan. There, too, he humbly sat on the floor instead of on the platform that had been arranged for his darshan program. After a teacher, Ram Gopal Dixit, welcomed him, Baba dictated this message to the crowd. I feel very happy to be among you all. I feel every one of you to be mine, and I want that every one of you should make me yours. For the poor, I am the personification of poverty. For the rich, I am the emperor of emperors, but I am the slave of those who love me. So my coming here would be worth it. If you could love me, I give you my blessings. Baba's lamp was lit throughout Hamirpur district, and moths there fluttered around it. People wanted to look at Baba, if only just once, and for this glimpse were prepared for any sacrifice. But to see him even once is not in everyone's nasib, parentheses, fortune. There are millions in the world, but only a handful could see the avatar, and of these few, even fewer remained bowed in surrenderance to him. Those in Hamirpur and Andhra were among the blessed, who bowed at his feet and remained there. Baba arrived in Chani at 3:45 p.m. on the 7th. Again, instead of sitting in the chair placed for him, Baba sat on the veranda of the government village dispensary and gave darshan to the crowd from there. This was his message. If you have rock-like faith and flame-like love for God, nothing in this world will affect you. Flattery will not touch you. Happiness will not humor you. Misery will not trouble you. So I give you all my blessings to love me and find that God alone is real, which will make you rise above this imaginary phenomena and make you understand that Baba alone is real. When Baba arrived, many of the villagers had been watching a wrestling match at a local fair. But as soon as word spread that Meher Baba had come, this match was stopped, and everyone rushed to him for darshan. Baba was in the car preparing to leave when this crowd came. He agreed to come out if they sat in an orderly fashion. After 5 minutes, order was restored, and Baba stepped back on the platform to give his darshan to those who had come late. These people acclaimed him heartily. Soon after, Baba left for Hamirpur. The Hamirpur lovers received Baba with utmost reverence and took him to the circuit house where they had arranged his stay. The Mandali were taken to Bhavani Prasad Nigam's home, where they were received lovingly. At 7 o'clock in the morning of Monday, 8 February 1954, while discussing matters with the Mandali and Hamirpur workers, Baba explained to Meherji, in the material world, every pi, which is cent, counts.
In the subtle world, every ounce of energy counts. In the mental world, the force of every thought counts. In the beyond state, only God counts. And in the realm of the God men, everything counts as nothing, and nothing counts as everything. God does not listen to the language of the tongue, which constitutes japa, zikra, mantras, and devotional songs. We have a footnote there, and I don't see it.
Zikra or zikr is an Arabic word meaning remembering. In this sense, remembering God in the form of a religious ceremony or act of devotion, which is commonly practiced by various religious orders of fakirs or dervishes in Mohammedan countries.
Okay, so God does not listen to the language of the tongue. He does not listen to the language of the mind, which constitutes meditation, concentration, and thoughts about God. He listens only to the language of the heart, which constitutes love. So love God and become free in this very life. This love can be expressed in various ways, ultimately resulting in union with God. The practical way for the common man to express this love whilst attending to everyday life's duties is to speak lovingly, think lovingly, and act lovingly toward all mankind, irrespective of caste, creed, and position, taking God to be present in each and every one. End of message. At the Darbar Ekas meeting in Danori, Baba had stated that he would do further work with the help of the Mandali. Erich asked Baba, "What constitutes a member of your Mandali? Who are the Mandali?" Baba answered, "By Mandali, I mean those who have been with me for several years but ask for nothing. At present, Kumar is in the Mandali. In short, I would say that the Mandali means those whose intimacy I feel." Baba illustrated, "Suppose I smoked. Then I would feel absolutely 100% comfortable to do so with my intimate ones." Continuing, Baba spelled out, "They are those intimate ones who all along, and even now, are prepared to sacrifice their all in all for me. The one who gives his life to me, who listens to me, and is ready to obey me, who does not ask for any kind of reward, nor care for the result, whether he is ruined or he prospers, who takes my pleasure as his pleasure, but at the same time, whose intimacy I also feel. Such a one is a Mandali member." Erich then asked, "Does one have the right to call himself one of the Mandali if he himself feels intimate with you, regardless of the period of his connection with you, whether 1 year or 30 years?" "Only if you find me intimate with him," Baba replied, adding, "Take Elcha Mistry of Dehradun. I feel absolutely free with him, but he is not prepared to sacrifice all. Then he is not in the Mandali." Erich asked for a more clear-cut definition, asserting that only those whom Baba felt to be in the Mandali were so, and no one had the right to assert that he was in the Mandali. Baba replied, "The feeling should be present on both sides." Baba asked Harachand Kochar, "Are you in the Mandali?" Kochar replied that he felt at home with Baba, and Baba stated that this is true. "I also feel at home with you. But are you prepared to sacrifice all for me willingly? Are you prepared to do any day what I tell you without hesitation, even if I ask you to cut your daughter Raja's throat? Will you do that?" Kochar said yes, and Baba assured him, "Then you are in the Mandali." Baba concluded, "Intimacy on both sides is absolutely necessary. On one side, I must accept him as one of the Mandali, and on the Mandali's part, honesty is needed." Darshan in Hemapur started at 8 a.m. under a specially decorated awning. At 9:20, Baba dictated this message: "We are all one, rich, poor, man, woman, big, small, illiterate, literate. Everyone is entitled to realize the divinity that is within us all equally. And the only way to know ourselves as one with God is by loving him. God does not listen to the language of the tongue, which constitutes japa, mantras, devotional songs, etc. He does not listen to the language of the mind, which constitutes meditation, concentration, and thoughts about God. He only listens to the language of the heart, which constitutes love, and this love does not need ceremonies, and shows, but only silent devotion for the beloved. Infinite honesty is one of the aspects of God, so the least hypocrisy creeping in ourselves keeps us aloof from God. I am happy to be amongst you all and give you all my blessings. Thousands of people had come from different villages in the district to Hamirpur for Baba's darshan. At other places, bhajan singing continued throughout the entire program. Two singers, Amardan and Waman Rao, had been traveling with the group. On the 8th, the darshan continued until noon, after which Baba visited the homes of Keshab Nigam, Bhavani Prasad, Pukar, Ray Saheb Ramashankar, and several other close ones. Baba asked Keshav's wife, Sudha Devi, "What do you desire?" Keshav thought his wife might ask Baba for a son, since they had lost all four of theirs. He knew that she longed for at least one son. Instead, Sudha Devi replied, "Since you are found, Baba, everything is found. Now I don't wish for anything." Baba was very pleased with her response. Baba asked Pukar's mother, "How is Pukar?" "You know that," she replied. "By making him do hard labor, I will make him thin," Baba joked. "Do as you like," she said. "Pukar is yours." Pukar's wife was expecting at any moment. Baba assured her, "I have blessed you with a very good soul who is to come. Don't worry about anything." He gave her special prasad, reminding her to remember him. Baba also visited Pukar's flour mill in Hamirpur and poured grain into it with his own hands. After these visits, Baba immediately left for Ingota, where arrangements for darshan had been made by Lakshmi Chand Paliwal and his brother Tikaram, assisted by Bhavani Prasad and his brother Bindra Prasad. Baba reached Ingota and began giving darshan. At 3:45 p.m., this message was dictated to the crowd gathered there. "We are all one from the beginningless beginning to the endless end. We were, we are, we will remain. I am in you all. I am poor, rich, man, woman, small, big, but only real and one for those who love me. I give you all my blessings to love me, and by your love, make me your slave." Hundreds of men and women, and children of the village took Baba's darshan. Afterward, Baba drove to visit Bindra Prasad's home. As his car slowly crept through the crowd, it seemed as if he were raining flowers. Baba stayed that night in Piliwal's home, where an exhibition of a game with long bamboo staffs was performed for his enjoyment. Very early the next morning, 9 February 1954, Baba left for Mahoba. En route, he gave darshan in Panwari, where Pukar's in-laws lived. Kishan Singh recorded in his diary the display of their songs by the kirtan singers, with finger cymbals in their hands. Backed by the heat of the burning love and devotion with which the display was given, can hardly be forgotten. Every part of their bodies seemed jumping in ecstasy as they played the instruments and danced with joy at finding Baba among them. From Panwari, Baba proceeded to Mahoba, where darshan arrangements had been made by Gaya Prasad's brother, Ramsevak Kare. On this occasion, Babu Ram Prasad expressed a wish to erect a Baba temple in Noranga, and Baba advised him to remember, "My temple is in your heart alone." Babu Ram Prasad replied, The temple will be built slowly to keep you there. It will be a symbol of your visit, on the basis of which we will be able to keep you always in our hearts. We wish for a medium of your remembrance, Baba.
Go ahead, Rosalie.
What month is this? Do we know? When is this?
It's 1954, and I'm guessing it's probably March.
March,
No,
okay.
or late or February.
Because 3 Incredible Weeks is in 54. So Baba accepted his prayer and touched a stone which Babu had brought for the foundation. Thus, Meher Dham was established in Naranga, where the opposition had been the greatest. In fact, Meher Dham came into being from the heart blood of the Avatar's closest lovers there, who left nothing undone in serving his cause. Babu's brother, Narsingha Das Ram Prasad, had dedicated his very life to Baba's cause. And due to the hard labor he had done, Narsingh Das fell ill and passed away soon after Baba's visit. But he was blessed, dying with Baba's name on his lips. Pukar placed his printing press in Mahoba at Baba's service. He wanted to begin publishing a magazine dedicated to Baba, and Baba appointed a committee consisting of Pukar, Keshav, Sripad Sahai, Babani Prasad, Gaya Prasad, and Lakshmi Chand Paliwal, who was made chairman. After a few months, the Hindi magazine Meher Pukar, Meher's Call, came into being. On completion of Darshan in Mahoba, Baba went to the village of Kabrai. At 5 o'clock, he gave Darshan at the Akhand Junior High School at Gauhati. One of the teachers, Rudra Pratap, gave a welcome address, and Baba dictated the following message. When the fully grown, fully conscious man becomes childlike, desireless, and lustless, he comes nearer to God. When I am among children, I feel myself to be a child. When I am among the poor, I feel no one is poorer than me. When I am among rich and influential people, I feel I am emperor of all. For you students, 2 things are necessary: honesty and humility. By humility, I do not mean modesty, but that humility which spreads greatness. So if you students realize this much, then the purpose of my being among you is served. I give my blessings to you all. Baba left for Mahewa, and on the way he stopped at the village of Kana. He had arrived early, and consequently, there were only a few people waiting for him at the spot they had selected for giving darshan. But as soon as Baba's car was parked, his presence was announced by the beat of a drum, the customary village method of summoning people to assemble. Baba himself walked straight into the interior of the village and sat down on a raised platform outside the house of Ramnath Sonar, where he gave darshan freely to one and all. He spelled on the alphabet board, "Instead of your coming to me, I myself have come to you." When Baba was returning from the village, he noticed that Dake was lagging behind, walking leisurely. Baba admonished him for his negligence in not doing his duty of always being by Baba's side. Kumar also was faulted for similar laxness occasionally. Although Baba gave darshan during this journey at 9 principal centers, he would invariably stop along the way at different hamlets and remote villages to afford people a chance for his contact. At the small village of Nadaura, 400 people gathered for darshan. The women performed Baba's Arti and sang devotional songs. And then, just as his car was about to leave, more women came running. Baba ordered the driver to stop and sat on the ground waiting for them. One old woman was among the latecomers. Baba touched her head and expressed his love for her. She was murmuring, "Jai, Jai, Jai," the whole time. Later, Baba casually remarked to the Mandali, "Something special was behind the contact I gave to that old woman." The same evening, Baba reached Mahewa. No, Mahewa. The last stop of his journey after a very rough ride. I guess ox cart. The Mandali thought for certain the bus shock absorbers would break before they got there. Mahewa, Keshav Nigam's birthplace, was where a hut had been built in 1952 for Baba, amidst the sylvan, forested surroundings. Keshav had named the place Maristana. People in Mahewa were ready for darshan, which Baba gave along with his prasad. While giving darshan, he remarked, "It is a matter of great good luck that my darshan tour finishes here." He then left for his hut, Maristana. There, Baba instructed that since this was the last day of his darshan programs in Hamirpur, all the men accompanying him should keep awake that night from 9 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. And Qawwali singing by Aziz Qawwal was arranged to help them. And who helped Aziz? Baba helped him. In addition, Baba ordered coffee served 2 or 3 times during the night. Leading workers from different villages of the district gathered, and the night proved to be of great significance for age. The program started that night at 9 o'clock. And as bhajans and qawwalis were being sung, an argument broke out. The quarrel was between Pendu and Kumar. Kumar had asked those coming not to place their shoes and sandals in front of the door because they blocked the way, but people had ignored him. Kumar thereupon asked others to remove their shoes, which were picked up and flung into a heap to one side. When Pendu saw this, he confronted Kumar. "What are you doing? How will people be able to sort out their footwear?" Kumar replied, "That's their problem. Why did they block the door?" This led to a heated exchange of words, and Baba sent for both of them. Harjiwan Lal was present, and Baba called upon him. He asked Harjiwan Lal, "Pendu is the controller, and Kumar is the commander-in-chief. You are a lawyer. Now tell us, who is superior, the controller or the commander-in-chief?" Harjiwan Lal said, "It is difficult to say with any certainty in your Darbar court whose authority supersedes whose. You alone know it." With a dismissive gesture, Baba said, "Forget all that. Give us your legal opinion." Harjiwan Lal explained, "A lawyer's viewpoint depends upon which party gives him the most money. He then represents their side. Truth turns into falsehood and lies into truth. Every lawyer is like that." This made Baba laugh, and he inquired, "Who threw the shoes?" Only Pankraj raised his hand, although others had also taken part. Baba rebuked him severely, and Pankraj thought with dismay that this is the result of his telling the truth. Although it was a scolding, this was Baba's gift to Pankraj, and others went without it. Baba then observed, "Harjiwan Lal does not wish to play the counselor here. For that he wants a fee. But since there is no money either with Pendu or Kumar, the best course is that both embrace each other lovingly and forget all about it." Laughing, Pendu and Kumar embraced, and this incident provided a lesson to the Hamirpur workers. At 20 minutes to midnight, Baba asked everyone to wash his face and hands and be present in 10 minutes for the prayers. Baba also washed his hands. Exactly at midnight, the repentance prayer was read by Erich in English, then by Ramju in Urdu, and Dake in Marathi. Aziz Kowal continued his performance, which Baba would interrupt periodically to explain certain lines. At one point, Baba asked Kumar, "How can you call me Paramatma?" He replied, "I only know my Baba and also know that no one is higher than him. Even if he be higher than Paramatma, then that Paramatma is Baba." Baba remarked, "I am touched by this." Well,